What we have here is a 1918 Templar sportette. It's considered one of America's first sports cars. It's got the wire rims, sleek body design. It's actually aluminum body, a 3-speed manual transmission. The car is capable of doing 75 miles an hour from the factory. If you are familiar with the Cannonball Run, then you might be familiar with this body style. The Templar Sportette was the vehicle that George Irwin Baker used to set those records. It's a 197 cubic inch 4-cylinder. It's putting out 50 horsepower. It's got 3 3/8 inch stroke. Valve is in head, exhaust ported. They run a Zenith carb, have a heated air intake element. The ignition is a aircraft type with a generator starter, but it's running on a magneto. It's a 6-volt system. So in 1918, you could pretty much buy any Model A for around $800. And this bad girl right here would run you just over $3,000. It's a 4-passenger, 4-door. Comes with a full-size spare wire rim. So one of the interesting things about this car is that it was fitted with an electric push-button start and actually has a key removable. If I can remember how to get her out of here. There we go. So the ignition actually has a key lock. And then it's got a built-in clock with a rim wind. And as I said, 3-speed manual transmission, non-synchro mesh, which makes it a little interesting to drive for anybody who's not familiar. Pedal setup is the same as your typical car. Got the headlight switch hidden up there. And then right here, we actually have an exhaust cutout switch. And it is manual, but when you press it down and engage it, it cuts out the exhaust and gives you a little bit more torque for climbing up hills, from what I understand. Now this car is amazing. If you look at the etching in the glass here, just the attention to detail that they took back then. Now this car itself was formerly owned by Warner Brothers Studios, so I can't say for sure whether it's been in any movies or not, but my assumption would be that it probably has seen some kind of action. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and open up the other side of the engine compartment just so you can get an idea of what the carburetor and air intake side look like. Just gently lift this up, set it down. And like I said, all the little details to this car, it's just amazing, the things that they had done to make it stand out against everything else. Now one of the coolest things about this engine is that you can actually access the block right there through the side ports. Those two openings give you access in there. As you can see, we got the Zenith carburetor set up there. The electric starter just below it. And we got the generator here. And we can actually adjust how much amperage we put out. Now this is probably by far one of the coolest features of this car. The Templar comes with this awesome Knight's helmet radiator cap. This thing is highly detailed. I don't know if you're catching it all in the video, but it's just amazing when you look at it. And this piece actually comes up. Just amazing. I'll go ahead and walk around to the passenger side. So this car was finished in about 1999 or close to that, and the owner passed away, unfortunately, Ernest Lindner, and he unfortunately passed away before he was able to actually take this car out and enjoy it. And one of the things that I was able to do was come and help the family by getting it finished and running, and take Miss Lindner out for a ride in her husband's vehicle, which is awesome. So it says that this watch is a rim wind, so we're gonna go ahead and attempt to wind her up and see if she still works, because old things tend to last, and it doesn't actually seem to be. Doesn't seem to be working. Could be that I don't know what I'm exactly doing. Oh, we can adjust it though. So that's how you adjust it. You pull it out and twist. And I'm assuming to wind it up, we need to keep going. There it goes. And it's working. I must have hit the spot. When it hits that little click, boom, and it works. Let's see what time it is right now. It is 10:41, so let's go ahead and set this bad girl for 10. Oh, it's a little twitchy. 10:42 is close enough. Now if you look, the second hand is actually going and doing its thing. So this clock works. Amazing. So one of the things earlier I would mention that this car was capable of doing 75 miles an hour. And if you look right there, you will see that on the left side of the 0, it does say 75. We have had this car up to about 40 miles an hour, and it was pretty scary. It's not your normal car. They do not stop like you would expect a car to. We were aware of this before we took it out, so we made sure that when we did take it, we left enough space in between us and the next vehicle to stop if necessary. But yeah, this is just a beautiful car. And I was lucky enough to have the privilege of working on it and helping the Lindner family get it running. So one of the things that this vehicle did come with that set it apart from other vehicles was that it came with a Kodak #1 Junior camera, allowing the owner of the vehicle to take pictures of their travels. And it also came with a compass. Now the compass we still have. The camera we have yet to find, and we've looked in the car, we cannot find it anywhere, and there are not a lot of hiding spots. But this right here is the compass, and it is tarnished, but if you take a look on the back, we got a serial number, and it is 10 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 14 And I'm assuming that matches the number that goes with this car. It's got the year 1918 on it, which is the year of this vehicle. And if you look around the sides here, it's got all of the notches for north, south, east, and west. And then if we were to open it, as you can see, there is a line on the top glass here and the needle there. And you fold this piece up. Now to activate it, there's a little switch here on the side, and you pop that over, and all of a sudden she starts spinning. So of course, if we were to line this up on north, we could get it to work, but as you can see, it's searching around doing its thing. And just a cool, another piece of history in this car.